So I often get asked what one thing is the most important for someone to learn if they wanted to develop psychically or spiritually. And that's a real toughie because there's actually about half a dozen really key components, and just picking one is nigh on impossible. That's like saying, who's your favourite child? So the two things that really come up for me are your connection to your spirit guides, because communicating with them is really your sat nav. That's going to help move you forwards and bring you answers. The other would really be understanding the clairs. And so I think I'd have to pick the clairs. Now, we call them the clairs because there's half a dozen or so of them. And the reason I think that they are so important is because you need to know how you're wired. Now, I'm teaching psychic development on Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to. And one of the key epiphanies that people always have is understanding how the information comes to them. Are they seeing it? Are they hearing it, smelling it, knowing it, which is a really tricky one? Are they hearing about it? And is it a combination of those things? Okay. And so when you don't know where it's coming from, it's really tricky. So years ago, I didn't know I was clairaudient because in my mind, I was thinking it was going to be like Derek Acora, where he was having a conversation and it was out loud and he could hear Sam talking to him. And it's like, it's like an invisible person there talking. And actually, my clairaudience is an internal thing. It's like a stream of consciousness when I'm reading or doing something intuitive. And it sort of sounds like me, but it's not me. Okay. Now that was a massive game changer because I was like, oh my God, I'm clairaudient. And suddenly I was aware of this stream of information that I hadn't noticed before because I didn't think it was a thing. Okay. So when you know what it's like to be clairvoyant, you know if you're getting clairvoyance. If you know what clairaudience is like, then you'll understand what it's like when you're getting that information that way. And also it can switch. So in a reading, my knowledge predominantly comes to me through clairaudience and clairvoyance. But the balance can shift. It might be 90% clairaudience with a few bits of clairvoyance, or it might be 80% clairvoyance with 20% clairaudience. So I think I'd go with the clairs because when you know how they work and you know which ones you've got, it's a game changer and life gets a lot easier. So let me know how you get on and how you're wired if you know, and let's go from there.